Right now, we are focused on ensuring that we have everything ready for our mid-cycle meeting. It's a meeting with the FDA, where the FDA can identify potential key issues along with potential follow-up steps or action steps.
Once Botanix gets through that process, there's ultimately a much higher likelihood of success. It really de-risks the opportunity from an approval perspective.
So when we come out of that meeting, we're going to have in writing guidance from the FDA that's going to inform exactly when we are going to be launching Sofpironium bromide and transitioning to a revenue-generating company.
From an investment perspective, as you look at Botanix, I think really the value for the company starts off with their focus on axillary hyperhidrosis.
Primary axillary hyperhidrosis is a medical condition where patients sweat more than they should in the underarms. It really happens without any apparent cause.
Approximately 5% of the US population has hyperhidrosis. We've also then looked at what share of those patients end up showing up to the physician and being treated. We're feeling pretty comfortable that we're dealing with a market that has north of 1 million patients.
Patients often feel discriminated against. They often are shunned and have to change clothes during the middle of the day, develop strategies to hide the axillary perspiration by such things as putting absorbent pads under their arms or wearing different kinds of clothing.
When we look at the US market, we see that there are almost 100,000 patients who are being treated with Botox currently. There's 400,000 prescriptions for Drysol that are being prescribed in any given year, and those two products don't really work that well. For Botox, a lot of patients don't want an injection in their underarm. For Drysol, the burning that exists really creates a market opportunity.
The ideal product for treatment of axillary hyperhidrosis would be one that's applied topically to the area that's affected. It would be minimally irritating, so patients could use it frequently every day. It would have reasonable efficacy, and ideally it would be applied in a way that the patient didn't have to touch the actual medication with their hands to avoid inadvertent exposure to the eyes.
Sofpironium bromide works by blocking the muscarinic receptors. These muscarinic receptors regulate sweat production at the sweat gland. It's applied to the underarm or the axillary. It penetrates the skin, blocks the muscarinic receptor temporarily so that the nerve is not overstimulated to release excessive sweat. Once it's done its job, it moves to the bloodstream where it's hydrolyzed and excreted through the body, ultimately decreasing the overall side effect profile.
Botanix has been the leaders at launching several dermatologic products within the US market over the last several decades, and have also been behind influential topical dermatologic products historically.
The feeling is busy right now, and we're busy and focused. In the background is excitement and optimism, but we're really focused on a two-pronged approach, which is ensure that we've done everything necessary so that we hit that approval date, and that once we do hit the approval date, from a commercial perspective, we're hitting the ground running.